хочу быть неблагодарным. Я ценю все, что ты для меня делаешь, но мне нужно больше денег.
Hey, introduce yourself. What's your name at least? My name is Nikita. So you've been with us since the beginning, basically since we created the bots. Let me just ask you questions and you answer like we'll have a podcast of sorts. Tell me, how did you first learn about this whole thing? From your first YouTube video about how to make money, how to earn in the crypto market, basically that. Tell me, did you immediately understand how it works, or were there problems, something unclear, when the spread gets really wide immediately, you know? Like when the price shoots up, you place a short, but collecting bit by bit gradually, not all at once. You mean crabbing, what we recently started doing? Yeah, that only started working from the moment you released your bot. I've been crabbing since then. So did you start making profits right away, considering everything? Well, probably around. And off we went. So what deposit did you start with initially when you first got in? I think I had like $150 back then. Not bad. 150 or 200. I think it was 150. Well, that's even a decent deposit, you could say. What leverage and volumes did you use in the beginning, and what volumes do you use now per trade on average? Now, it's the same as in the beginning, like 100, 200, 400. Yeah, it depends on the situation, but that's just experience now, where you can throw more, where it's better to go smaller. So you don't load up 2, 3 to 4,000 if there's some liquid setup on a coin, like a pump or dump, and the limits aren't cut yet. Well, I haven't seen many situations where you could really throw 2,000, but I've never put in more than 1,000. So how many hours a day do you work? Well, like 10, 12, 14 hours. Holy crap. And initially, when you were learning, I'd sit for about 5 hours. Man, you're a real workaholic. How much have you made in total on the bot during this time while trading? Here's the stats with cumulative. So we launched my bot on March 28th. I'm just counting from here. Well, and up to today. So how many red days do you have? I don't see any. I see here there are no losses here. There's one red day in May. Well, minus 50 there. Well, show me May. When you were still learning? Learning? I'm talking about May. I thought I heard March. Damn, your stats look really nice. This is probably one of the best, if not the best. Well, this 6th here, I just got liquidated twice on one coin. Actually, I lost more than minus 50, but there was still a lot of profit. Wait, was it isolated liquidation or on your main account? Do you trade through terminal lately or through web browser? How Meta appeared through Meta, you still end up going through web originally into Meta. Meta came out so long ago. Meta appeared here on the 26th, I think. Well, your results are roughly the same, I see, money-wise. Well, the estimates are a bit higher. Well, there's still a month ahead. We can calmly take a look. And how do you usually do it? Do you take rarely but a lot, or constantly little by little, blowing those coins penny by penny? I constantly sit there, little by little, collecting dollar by dollar, half dollar by half dollar. Half a dollar? Yeah, damn, I didn't have enough patience. Well, half a dollar is too much, okay? When they're, I don't know, 3, 5, like, if the deal is very quick, half a wax. And how many trades do you have? Very many. Well, like, I can make 50 trades in an hour. Holy shit, is this on one coin, or do you have, I don't know, 3 coins that you follow? Well, anyway, you can go crazy with this. Did you have similar trading experience or some background that helped you learn quickly? Maybe because of that. Yeah, I traded with bosses before, but I wasn't doing very well there, like in 8 hours. Sitting at the terminal, I could collect about $20 to $50. You mean spot trading, right? Yeah, spot. On MEXC, on Bybit, on BitGet, on Gate. Basically everywhere. Yeah, tried it. Well, at least there's some experience. I mean, the order book. You traded all this through the order book? Yeah. Well, here, through web you were also doing pretty well, but still. Well, here, roughly speaking, probably around 2.5 to 3,000 profit that I have here, it was all through the web terminal. Did you ever have it before where you were gambling, sitting around, spreading deposits, constantly losing deposits, deps? Do you have that trait? No. I used to work, and I always wanted to get into trading, get out, and somehow it wasn't really working out. Then I understood that you need to learn futures for a long time, and with a big cushion. I started trying to build algos, thinking like, well, if I could make at least $100 a day, then basically I could quit my job. Well, I quit my job when I started arbitraging. What did you work as, if it's not a secret? I worked as a used car salesman. Damn, well that's also a decent salary, right? Was it like 100,000 there? Well, 100,000 rubles. There was like 200 to 300, basically. 200 to 300,000 rubles a month? Yeah. No way, that's a good job. Well, it was like, I worked there 6 to 1, something like that schedule. Well, compared to here where you sit 15 hours. No, well there, you're basically 12 to 14 hours dealing with not very pleasant people. Most of the time, you have to sell people rusty, rotten buckets under the guise of pastries. So from the moral side, you mean having to push stuff. Yeah, basically, that kind of work isn't very pleasant. And it was very taxing. Well, to work normally there, you had to work a lot. Here you're like sitting peacefully at your computer, nobody's bothering you, nobody's hassling you. Whatever you want to do, you do it. There's some kind of freedom. Well, I can relax there. I could just get up and go whenever I felt like it. Yeah, by the way, one of the best things is that I don't know how many others I personally have. I've never worked for a salary, just because of that I can't just live normally. Realizing that I know that in 2 months on this same day I'll have to be somewhere at work, wake up at this time, go there. Alright, we've already gone off into some kind of tangent. Well, 200 to 300 you are earning normally too. I thought you caught some kind of life change. Actually, did something change for you? What is this work in your life anyway? What I felt was that I started feeling normal. Like, I can, calmly go eat, I can calmly go to the gym, go for a walk with my girlfriend. Well, I just got freedom with my time. Before I used to live like, I'd leave home at 7 a.m. and come back at 11 p.m. Like that almost every day, like Groundhog Day. And now, like, whatever I want to do, that's what I do. Well, I can go watch a movie or whatever. In short, you found freedom. Well, I get it, you basically found freedom, just do whatever you want, that's worth a lot. Tell me, to wrap this up, what would you advise yourself if you went back a month and a half ago? What advice would you give? I don't even know. You didn't make any mistakes at all? But I made mistakes with always closing too early. I didn't hold trades. It was really mentally tough for me to sit through them. Well, like sit through, you know what I mean? Not close a trade after 10 seconds, but after a minute, that kind of thing. I would also say that when the bot gives a signal on a clear coin, you need to sit and wait. Well, didn't that save you though? Didn't you check the history? Maybe it sometimes saved you that you exited early, no? Or took profit earlier? No, yeah. No! It always went against you? Yeah. Well, that was on legendary coins that don't work anymore. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Right in there, like, you could take roughly 30%, but I took like 5% because I exited quickly. Always. Well, and I should have learned to crab earlier. Just sit on a coin, watch, just observe when pumps happen, and not close them right after the floor. Well, crabbing without a terminal was also inconvenient, honestly. Now it's completely different. Well, there's Ivan too. He's also unique. He trades every candle, dude. But at least he says he takes 1 minus $3. He says, like, guys were laughing that I was taking $1 to $3. And like, in a few months he was closing several thousand, but you're saying you were taking like 50 cents. But you have April closed there for 400 to 500 this month. May, I think, will be stronger. Is it going to forest again in May? There are some complications with May. What do you mean? Did something bad happen? Well, this one I'm showing you, it's 40. Ah, Risk control hit you after all. They hit you after 45 days, right? Or how many days passed? 50? About that. Well, how many? Well, 50 days, whatever, doesn't matter. Well, like, any idea why they gave it? Yes, I even know why. Let's hear it. Well, it was a coin that the algos were pumping. And I just went long on it, and that's why I got hit. Well, for longs, actually, yeah, you often get hit for longs, honestly. Well, if you work purely from shorts, like if you have a pump dump situation, and you only take shorts, then risk control very rarely hits. I've never been hit, for example. I heard someone there was. Yeah, for shorts, I've never seen anyone write about getting risk control. Mostly everyone always gets caught on longs. Well, basically, if you're greedy and take both longs and shorts, then they might mess you up, but if you purely take shorts, or like, I don't know, maybe take one long, just for fun somehow, you won't fall under this net. Alright, thanks for the interview. That's it, this material is enough. I think there'll be about a 5-minute summary.